Hi guys, so today's topic is going to be strictly on paranoia. I feel like a lot of people are self-conscious, they have issues with their self-esteem, they think everyone's talking about them. And that was me back in the beginning of high school, but I also kind of felt that way back in middle school a little bit because I did have people who picked on me. And I don't know what I did to deserve that. I was just back then this nice, quiet kid who constantly wanted to just read books and she minded her own business. Yet there were people that just wanted to shit on me. I had two girls, not going to mention names, but they're better and more mature now, luckily, and they're nicer to me, and I have had conversations with them since then, but they bullied the shit out of me. They would backstab me, say I'm fat, prancy. They used to make fun of the way I walk because back then I was a toe walker because I did ballet. And I do happen to have one leg is slightly shorter than the other just by a quarter of an inch. So I think that kind of back then when I was little was a big factor in it. Guys used to be like, "Oh, why does she walk like that?" Blah blah blah. Luckily, as I got older, I trained myself to walk on my heels, so I'm officially a heel walker these days. I got picked on for different things because of the fact I was shy. I used to be called retarded and stuff by this one particular guy who was very mean to me. I'm not going to mention names. If you were back in the WJPS days, you know who exactly I'm talking about, especially the close friends in my life that were at my Sweet 16 party. You know exactly who I'm referring to. I'm not petty and childish. I'm not going to throw names out because we're all grown up now. I'm just saying as examples because there's a reason I got the way I got in high school and became symptomatic. So, yeah. So basically, there was this one thing, one time. It kind of led self-conscious too. I remember it was in seventh grade. It was around the springtime, like April or May or something. This stupid guy decided to write like a love note to me, like pretending he had a crush on me when he didn't. So then one of my so-called friends thought it was funny to just place it on my locker, even though she knew damn right he didn't have a crush on me. And I became like the center of the joke in my class. And it really bothered me, especially because this friend was supposed to be my best friend, that she was doing this to me. I went home crying. I threw out the note and I ripped it up in shreds. It just said, "Hey, Alyssa, I want to go on a date with you and have lunch with you, blah, blah, blah." So different things like this. I was horrified in middle school. I liked my school, but I hated the kids in it not for nothing. They all fucking sucked. So there were seven awesome people now that had my back, were super sweet and nice to me, stuck by my side through sixth grade into high school. They even were nice enough to attend my Sweet 16, even though I was home instructed and I didn't see them 5 days a week. And it really meant a lot having them in my life because if I didn't have them in my life, forget it. I'd have been a miserable bitch there for sure. So I want to give a shout out specifically to Alyssa, Rita, Michelle, and also Adriana. You guys are very awesome, and I love you all very much. Now, the reason I mentioned their names out of the seven is because I still have them as friends on Facebook and still occasionally talk to them. But the other friends also, I want to give a shout out to Peggy, Soman, and Sal. They had my back those days too. I dedicated all of them a Sweet 16 candle for a reason. So it really meant a lot having them in my life. Now, getting back to the paranoia thing, when I went in high school, I really didn't know what to expect. Because of the fact I had a traumatized and bullying middle school experience, I didn't want the same thing to repeat itself in high school. And I thought I was paranoia schizophrenic because I did hear voices. I did hear people like felt like they were referring stuff to me, saying things about me. But I think it was because of my mental disorder that I was seeing and hearing things that weren't there, and that was true. And I had a mental breakdown on my day of PSETs, as you guys know. So then from there, I got home instructed, and it took a long time for me to be comfortable under my own skin from middle school to high school. When I was a teenager, as mature as I was and adapted to what I'd been through with my mental illness, I still had a lot of work to do on my self esteem. But finally, now in my 20s, I feel like the greatest I've ever been. So, moral of the story to anybody suffering out there, whether they're teenagers or young adults or full grown adults, whatever is going on, hardships in your life, if you're getting bullied like I did back in the day, if you're getting backstabbed and shit on like I did back in the day, if you have these great friends in your life and you feel you don't deserve them, like I do with my insecurity sometimes, just brush it off. You have so many things to be thankful for. You have a lot to offer to the world. Don't get paranoid. Not everything's about you. Sometimes people are talking about even themselves, laughing at themselves, and you instantly think, gee, it's about me. It really isn't. Don't instantly assume things like whether your boyfriend's posting a status up and you think it's about you because of your self-conscious and your self-doubt and your guilt. Don't be convinced your friends are talking bad about you behind your back. Chances are they aren't. The true friends will be by your side. They will never ever call names behind your back. They will say it to your face, but jokingly and a lovingly way, not backstabbing you to another friend that's supposed to be a friend of yours. So basically, this video is just all about paranoia. I am going to explore more with you guys. I just kind of wanted to briefly discuss things with you, especially this week. I wanted to have an important topic. So I figured paranoia was a good one. Next week is going to be on anxiety. And I think next week I'm going to talk about anxiety, but then I'm going to share some poetry from my book, which from the Creative Writing Club, which I'm going to be posting pictures of my pages up on Facebook if you guys want to take a look and you have me on there. And that's about it. So I just really hope everyone stays blessed and happy and live life to their fullest. I know finals week is coming up next week, like with me. If you're in college, if you're in Queensboro or Queens College, whatever. So I wish you all the best of luck. And if you have a job interview, let's say tomorrow, good luck. You're going to nail that job interview. I hope you get hired. Don't get paranoid. Don't have self-doubt. Don't have self-pity. Just be yourself 100%. Be unapologetically you and proud. All right? Love you all. Bye. Take care.